Welcome to our daily reflection for this Friday, May 30th. And today, the readings resonate with the theme of what yesterday was, that is Ascension Thursday. Even if it wasn't observed, the readings now assume it. And so, for example, the psalm that's chosen for today, Psalm 47, speaks about how God mounts his throne with shouts of joy. And there's trumpet blasts, singing praises to God, singing praises to our King. And of course, remember the ascension, Jesus ascending to heaven at the right hand of the Father. Jesus is enthroned. So a key part of the ascension is the enthronement of Christ as having all authority granted to him by God the Father. So he's enthroned as king over all, and that's what the Psalm 47 celebrates. And so, of course, it's assuming you know that Jesus has been assumed or ascended into heaven, and that he has assumed his role as king over the world. And so that's a key thing. And then, it is a Friday, and so we fast today, remembering Good Friday. And today in the gospel, Jesus tells his disciples that Good Friday is coming. This is the night before Good Friday. And he says, I'm telling you something very solemnly here, that you will weep and the world will rejoice. But your grief will be very brief, and it will turn into joy in the end. And of course, every Friday we remember Good Friday, and so we share in that grief. We make some kind of sacrifice, giving up meat, perhaps abstaining from meat, making some other alternative sacrifice if not meat, because we want to grieve that Jesus had to die to save us. And yet we know that joy will trump grief. The 40 days of Lent will be followed by the 50 days of Eastertide, right? And Jesus says your hearts will rejoice. And again, as we come to the final stage of Eastertide, our hearts should rejoice. We should be filled with gladness and with joy, as the psalm invites us to, and as the gospel reminds us we will do that and predicts and foretells. We should be filled with joy, knowing that Christ is victorious, and that's fulfilled. And then when we had the first reading today with Paul's working in Corinth, and he's going to have some obstacles, some opposition. And God appears to him in a vision and says, do not be afraid. One of the most repeated lines throughout salvation history. God tells us not to be afraid. So today, let's have Easter joy, and let us not be afraid. Let's hear that word that God gives to Paul, because he gives it to the church today. He gives it to you and to me, that we need not be afraid, because Christ is enthroned at the right hand of the Father. And so with him interceding for us, there's no reason for us to be afraid at all. May the Lord bless and keep you.